Welcome back, y'all. This is the Man with No Plan podcast with your boy Dominic Villa. And today I have a very special guest, one of the pinnacles of the community, my boy Enrique Jimenez.
Yes, sir.
How you doing,
yes,
man?
Sir, man? I'm doing great, Dominic. Doing great, man. Happy to be here, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming through, bro. We got a lot to get into. I look forward to hearing you tell your story. For anybody that doesn't know, Enrique is part of Jimenez Bakery. Jimenez Bakery on Dutton Avenue here in South Waco.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How long have you been around?
We've been in business for 10 years now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 10 years we've been in business. Before my dad was able to get the bakery, we actually used to sell bread out of the trunk of my mom's car.
There you go.
That's how Jimenez Bakery started, man. That's how it all started.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. You got to get it by any means.
Yeah.
Man, I was really inspired to read that.
Yeah.
And then what was before the bakery at that location? Was it a restaurant?
Yeah. It was called El Siete Mares, I believe. I think Sergio owned it.
Yeah. Did it have a big fish on it? I can't remember. It had like a big swordfish or something like that.
Yeah, he actually let us keep that whenever we bought the place, so we still have that big fish there at the bakery.
Yeah, I knew there was something there before.
Yeah.
But man, it doesn't even feel like 10 years. It feels like way longer than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think one thing that just speaks to y'all's work is just the fact that y'all don't even need to do that much marketing or even need to do that much putting yourself out there, because everybody knows the quality is always going to be good. The customer service is always going to be good. Literally, man, the business model is impeccable, bro. So I salute it.
Yeah, man, we work hard to keep our customers content, man. Yeah, that's the key to the success of the business, man. It's just treat your customers right, and they're gonna keep coming back. Keep the product right, and they'll keep coming back, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all got it down. So I know, the idea came from both of your parents?
Yeah. So actually, my dad used to work for another bakery here in Waco, a very well-known bakery here, too.
Gotcha.
He worked there for about 14, 15 years. And then my mom was she was the one she's the brain behind the scenes. She was just pushing him to start his own thing, because everybody would speak good about his product, his recipes. So she started pushing him, and they both got started, man.
There you go. Took off from there.
Yes, sir.
It's always the strong woman behind you, right?
Yeah.
Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
What was your dad? I don't know if he maybe told you much of the story, but what was his journey like? Was he nervous?
He was scared, man. He was scared of failing. Because it was 4 of us at the time. It was me, my brother Eduardo, Edgar, and Jonathan. So he said he would tell me at times, that he would feel scared. Sometimes it would just be me and him working at the bakery at night, and we would just start having conversations. And he would tell me that his biggest fear was failing and not being able to be enough for us, and that's what kind of kept him going, man.
Yeah, that's real, man. I can definitely relate to that. Man. And I think it's a beautiful story. You know what I mean? Your parents coming together. Are your parents from Waco?
No. We're actually from a small town called San Luis.
Okay.
In Mexico.
Yeah, give it a shout, man.
Yeah. Shout out to the people from San Luis, man. Yeah.
Man, I feel like that is one of the most popular towns of the motherland that people come to Waco. I always hear San Luis Potosí. I always hear, man. I always hear. I'll be deep, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here from San Luis. And I was born there, but I was raised here in Waco, man.
Gotcha.
We moved to Waco when I was about 7, 8 years old, and we've been here since.
Gotcha. What schools did you go to?
I went to the elementary that used to be kind of by downtown, South Waco. I went to South Waco.
Okay, you go to South Waco.
Yeah, that's the one in by
by the baseball field.
Yeah, by the baseball fields. And then I went to another elementary that used to be down the street here.
Gotcha. Bells Hills?
Yeah, Bells Hills Elementary.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then from there I went on to Cesar Chavez Middle School.
Gotcha. And you went to university, right? After that, University High.
I did for a while, but then I moved. I transferred to AJ Moore Academy.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Back when it was still AJ Moore,
Yeah,
man.
back when it was AJ Moore.
What year did you graduate?
I didn't graduate, bro.
Gotcha.
I dropped out in the 9th grade.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I decided to follow my dad's footsteps.
Hey, man,
yeah.
that's bro. It's the journey ain't about what I mean which way you take. It's about where you end up, man. And I'm definitely, if it means anything, I'm proud of you, bro, for being here, man.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I actually went on to be a school teacher after that.
There you go.
Like after I had gotten the baking down, I was like, I want to try something else, man. So I went to go be an English teacher. And then I was like, man, I don't really feel this. I'm going to go back to the baking.
Yeah.
So here I am, man, still baking, man.
Who are you teaching? Like what?
I was teaching Primero A y B. It was in Mexico.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I teach from 1st through 6th.
Wow.
Yeah, because over there it's a little bit different. School years are a little bit different, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's
from
crazy.
baking to teaching, bro.
Yeah.
That's amazing. How was that experience for you, like teaching those young kids?
It was good because I was able to. I felt like I was able to touch some of those kids' hearts, you know. Because in Mexico, it's a bit different than from the States, man. It's poverty is like really big over there, so you know I would talk to the kids, and I was happy that I was able to live like that little seed of hope in them, you know. I would talk to them, tell them, man, if you guys have a chance, man, just keep yourselves in school, because you know all that bad stuff that's going on in Mexico. So I would just tell them, man, you know, keep yourself in school. Just I try to have a positive impact in their life, man.
I'm sure you did, bro. I'm sure you did. Do you ever hear back from any of those kids?
I don't, man. I don't. Unfortunately, I don't. I just lost contact with all of them, because they were kids, you know. There's probably no way I can find them on social media. So,
well, I'm sure they definitely remember you, man. I'm sure you made a big impact on them.
I hope, man. I hope,
and then when they come over here to Waco, they'll stop by the bakery.
By the bakery,
so in addition to a bakery, is it a restaurant as well? You have a restaurant?
It used to be a restaurant, man. It used to be a restaurant. My dad kind of wanted to get into that field too, but it didn't really work out for us, man. Because there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of good restaurants here in Waco,
for sure.
And you know, my family's thing. We've all been baking since we were kids. You know, my dad, my uncles, and he tried it, but it really didn't work out. So he just decided to stop it.
Hey, man. Stick with the bread and butter, man. You can't beat that. Ain't nobody touching y'all on that, man. I see y'all's products everywhere, bro. Like from Waco Cha community to Helados. You know what I mean? Helados coffee. Like somebody is always carrying. You know what I mean? Pan from Jimenez.
Yeah, man. A lot of people buy from us. Almost all of the taquerias buy their bolillos and their teleras from us, bro. Yeah,
for sure.
And they've been a great help, man. Great support to us, man.
Definitely. And so how was like pandemic? How was the COVID? How did it affect y'all?
So the pandemic hit in I think it was February, right? Of
March 2020.
2020. Yeah. We actually had just opened up that location in Hillsboro in November, November the 22nd.
Gotcha.
And then right after that, the pandemic hit, man. But thank God, man, we were able to survive through it. This bakery didn't really take as much of an impact, but the one in Hillsboro did, because it was a baby, you know, we were months old, and right after we opened it up, that hit, but it really didn't affect us a lot. Gotcha. We were able to get by. We survived, man, and we're here, man.
Yeah, that's
still
amazing.
Going.
That's amazing. What are some of your favorites that y'all sell?
It's probably gonna be the marranitos, bro, the conchas, and then if you want to make like a sandwich, I go with the bolillo, man.
I think we go get bolillos like every other week, bro. Like for tortas and and my mother-in-law she makes the best. So it's like a bolillo. It's like a torta, right? But she puts in a sauce.
La torta ahogada.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, man. It's really good, bro. It's really good. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, I'm at Jimenez like every other week, bro. Yeah. And one thing that I find really interesting is that Jimenez isn't just like it's not just like for local people. Like I see people from all over going to Jimenez. Like somebody that lives in like Hewitt or Woodway. Yeah. They're like, oh, just making my weekly trip to Jimenez. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we actually have customers that come down from Dallas, Mejia. At the Hillsboro location, we have people that come from Cleburne, Fort Worth. We have a really we have really good customers there, man.
Yeah. Pretty loyal customer
Yeah, pretty
base,
loyal, man.
for
Yeah,
sure. Because y'all sell everything from cakes to bakery goods.
to like arroz con leche,
Yeah.
flan. We sell a lot of that stuff, right?
And you got the elote lady outside, right?
Yeah.
Man, she's dope, bro. Every time I go to Jimenez, I always get some elote, bro. Like,
Yeah, man.
got to. But speaking of favorites, though, I want to ask you, what are your 3 favorite albums of any genre?
Man, it's probably gonna be Nothing Was the Same by Drake.
Yeah, there you go.
That's one of my favorites. Because I grew up listening to that. And then
I feel like the air hit different when that album came out.
Yeah.
It don't feel the same, man.
Man, Drake is probably gonna be one of my favorite rappers, man. Him and there's this kid that just came out. I forgot his name, but he just came out with the song First Class.
Jack Harlow?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I don't know any of his albums. I just started listening to him, but he's one of my favorite artists.
That's dope.
And then I'm gonna have to probably go back in the day to some Lil Boosie, man.
Hey,
yeah,
man. Little old Boosie is different.
Yeah,
bro.
Man. I mean, that's what I grew up on. You know, that's what everybody used to listen to. That and some Zeros.
That was our version of YoungBoy and all these new people now.
Yeah,
so
man.
Yeah, classics.
Yeah, man. So, I really don't have a favorite one, man, but I listen to all kinds of music, man. I listen to country, I listen to everything, man.
Definitely got a South Waco playlist, man. Yeah, man, that's neat. So what would you say your 3 favorite movies are?
My 3 favorite movies, man, it's probably going to be Home Alone 1, 2, and 3, bro. I grew up looking at those
3?
Things. Yeah.
Which one's 3?
Home Alone, I think he had like 7 of them, didn't he?
There's a lot of Home Alone movies. I don't remember 3. I just remember the first 2.
Yeah.
But that's a solid franchise, man.
Man, me and my mom used to kick it, man, at home, and we used to watch that or like The Mask, like the very first ones. One? Yeah, we used to chill in the living room with my younger brothers, man. We used to sit back and watch those movies, man. That's what I grew up on too. Yeah,
that's good, man. I love those movies. I love The Mask. So I know you picked Home Alone 1, 2, and 3, but 2 more.
2 more. It's probably gonna be. I like scary movies, man.
There you go.
Probably The Conjuring.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I used to watch it with my younger brothers, and I used to like their face expressions when they're like the pop-ups. Man. And then probably The Exorcist, man. Yeah.
The old one, the
first one where it's a younger girl.
Yeah.
She turns in the bed and stuff. Yeah, man. I used to have nightmares about that, but I loved watching it, man.
That movie made such a big impact in that day. Like,
it
came out in the 70s, so like that people were not prepared for that.
Yeah.
Like, people were not ready.
Man, you know what, bro? I heard a lot about 4 people died making that movie.
Yeah.
It was a really scary thing.
There's a Netflix series that talks about like some of the haunted movie sets and me and my wife were watching it, and it was like, The Omen, Poltergeist, movies like that.
Yeah.
That like people either got hurt on or they got killed on, whether on the set or after the set. But I was watching the documentary, and a lot of it just seems to be like bad. Like work,
bad energy,
bad work environment. So like they would have like no laws back then, so it wasn't like any safety, like any OSHA laws. So I can see how people, but mix that in with the movie energy. You know what I mean? You never know, but we're gonna take a quick commercial break.
Okay, sounds good, man.
We're gonna dive into when we come back. We're gonna dive into a little bit more about Jimenez, a little bit more about your personal journey, and we'll get right back to it on the Man with No Plan podcast. We'll be right back. What's up, y'all? This episode was brought to you by Helados Azteca. Find them on Franklin Avenue on Carport or right off of North Valley Mills in the shopping center next to Smalls. Also, this episode was brought to you by We Grow the Code. They handle marketing while you can handle business. Welcome back to the Man with No Plan podcast. Today we have Enrique, who is the son of the founder of Jimenez Bakery.
That's right, man.
And we have him here telling all about the story about Jimenez and about his personal journey. It's been exciting to learn just about everything you've done so far, like, the path that you've taken, and just the history of Jimenez, man. It's been really great to hear. I'm blessed to be able to share the story.
Yeah,
and
man.
So I really want to ask you a few more questions.
Okay.
I'd love to get into a little bit past your mom and dad doing the business. So I know you said that they started it, and then where does your uncles or your family come in to come help?
Okay, so my uncle came. They come in about a year after the bakery had got a good customer base and stuff. Then they got to the point where it was just too much for my dad. He wasn't meeting the expectations of the customers because he was running out of bread at 4:00 p.m. And he had like a really small oven, so it was, and everything was done by hand. We had no machinery, nothing. So he decided to give my uncle a call, and luckily my uncle was able to come down and help him. My dad was like, if you want to try it for a few months, man, if you don't like it, then you can go back. But thank God, man, everything worked out. And first my uncle Santiago came, and then about 3 years later, my uncle Cruz came, and I mean they've both been baking since they were kids too. 13, 14, they've been baking. So they came out and they helped them, man.
Gotcha. That's cool, man. I love to hear how family support each other like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I really want to know, man, who put the baking bug in your family? Like, I know you said that your uncles did this since they were kids. Your dad did this. Like, where did they get that from?
Yeah. So it was my dad, man. My dad is my dad is the second to oldest. I have my other uncle in Mexico, Ramon, but he does construction work. But my dad, he had a very, very tough childhood, man. It was to the point where they would have to go through the landfills and the dumpsters to be able to find food, basically. So one day my dad, he was walking by a bakery and he said that he liked the smell of bread, and he went and asked for a job, man. And it was kind of like the hunger that made him get that job, so he was able to take back home some food to my younger uncles. That was the bug that got in him, the hunger, man.
Man, that is it's an amazing story.
Yeah,
for sure.
man.
Your dad. I need to meet your dad now.
Yeah, man. Hopefully he can come down one day.
I'd love to hear him just tell a story, because that right there, like, is perseverance at its finest. You know what I mean? It's innovation. You know what I mean? It's like finding a way when there's no way. You know what I mean? That is beautiful, and that is like, it just touches my heart so much. So I love hearing that. And so your family got into baking.
Yeah, it was first my dad, and then he was able to get my two uncles to go in there. Yeah. And that's how everything started, man.
And the rest is history, huh?
Yeah.
So they get into baking, and then they get it down pretty well. Come to the States. Start trapping out the trunk, huh?
Yeah. Start trapping out the trunk, man.
So doing deliveries, driving throughout Waco, dropping off products. Was it a word of mouth that people knew about? Like,
yeah, man. Because I mean, we had no social media back then. I think back then there was MySpace, but my dad and my mom were old school. They didn't know how to use that, man. And it was just word of mouth, man. And when they first started, there was no shame in their game. They went and knocked from house to house, and luckily some people were nice. Some people weren't that fond of their product, but because they were selling out of the trunk, it wasn't too sanitary. I get that, some people weren't really messing with that, but some people were really nice, man, and there was a lot of people that supported them. There's customers that have been with us for 10 plus, as long as we've been open, and it was some of the customers that we would knock on their door. Yeah, man.
Man, that is like, you just never know who can blow up. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like,
yeah. My dad tells me that he was like, man. So my dad likes to, have a couple of beers every now and then. That's when his feelings come out. Because whenever he doesn't drink, he's a really reserved man. He hardly laughs, he hardly jokes around. But when he has a couple of drinks in his system,
start feeling good.
Yeah, he talks about it, man, and he cries at times, and he's like, man, I don't know, I never thought I was gonna be in the position we're in. He thought he was just always gonna have to work for the rest of his life, But God is good, man. God is good. God, He'll bless those who do right,
Yeah, those who work hard.
Yeah, man.
Right, for sure. And your dad definitely did that.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
Yeah, he's been busting his butt since he was a kid.
Yeah, man. Speaking on that part, as a brown man to brown man. Like, do you think that the older you get, the more you start to realize how important mental health is?
Yeah, man. Yeah, and especially in our culture, man. In our Hispanic culture,
sure.
we don't really take that into consideration a lot. I see some of the older folks. You know, there's a saying where they joke around it on TikTok, and they're like, Hispanic parents, when you go and tell them about your mental health, they're like, "Nah, más amárrate un huevo," you know.
Yeah.
Was that okay?
You good. Yeah.
All right, yeah. And then that's basically the way I grew up, and it's not until I got a little bit older that I started realizing, man, mental health it's an important thing, man. It's a serious thing. I myself was dealing with depression at times, like the up until about 6 months ago, man. I was able to kind of overcome it, you know. But it was stressful, man. My stress level was through the roof because of the bakery, you know.
For sure.
I mean, I didn't know anything about accounting. I didn't know anything about ordering supplies. So everything hit me, and then my son was just born. So I had a mental breakdown at some point, man. And that's when I realized, man, you know, it's not just amárrate un huevo, bro. This stuff is serious, man.
For sure, man. We, you know, every family can say that they've been impacted by mental health in some form or fashion. So I appreciate you opening up about that. And
man.
Also that you recognized with your dad that, you know what I mean, that there's a little bit of a disconnect on mental health for the older generation. But, you know, I think it's not necessarily our job, but it is something that we can do to kind of like promote it in ourselves and let it be like not necessarily tell everybody what to do with their life, but like the way that we conduct ourselves is a good reflection of how we can inspire others to go seak out, you know, mental health help and stuff like that. Yeah,
man, I'm really open about that because I was at a dark point in my life, man. I was drinking heavily, and I just decided to seek some help, man, and that's when I realized, man, this stuff is serious, you know. You can't just drown those thoughts or those feelings with alcohol or medication, man. There's sometimes you need people to talk to, and that's the best way to deal with them, and to speak out about it. Everything you're bottling up inside. Yeah,
definitely, man. That's like the main thing, you know what I mean? Just like first, I think it's just like understanding. And then just being like aware of what's going on, and then after that, that's when you start to seek out help and get there. You know what I mean? Get there the way you want to be. So, and especially as us, man, two brown men just talking about stuff like this, man. This is how we start the conversation. This is how more people get involved. You know what I mean? So, you know, man, I'm excited for somebody like you who's a leader in the community.
Man.
And is you know, running a pinnacle of the community. You know what I mean? Somebody like you, people look up to you, bro. So, you know, the more open and the more willing you are to tell your story, you know, people will follow and follow for the better. You know what I mean?
Sure, man. Sure.
So, I'm excited about that.
For sure.
On your personal side of things, what are some things that you are looking forward to, whether it be for the bakery or just for yourself?
Well, right now I'm living my dream, man. This is what I used to sit on my mom. I used to sleep on my mom's couch and just stare at the ceiling and think about where I am now, you know. But now that I'm here, man, I don't really want to stop just here, you know. I want the best for my family, and I want the best for myself, you know.
For sure.
And I do hope that one day, if God gives me health and in the future, maybe we can open up a chain of Jimenez bakeries in other towns. That's the plan, man, you know.
For sure.
Right now, the one we just opened up is still a baby, so we got to baby that one first, and then maybe in the near future, maybe 2 more years, we can start thinking about other bakeries, man.
Expanding down, for sure. Can you talk a little bit about the Hillsboro? Like, was that your idea or?
Yeah, man, that was actually mine and my wife's idea, man.
There you go.
We
feel free to give your wife a shout out.
Man, shout out to somebody. we moved in together, and I was working for my dad at the time. And she would kind of push me too, you know. She would push me and be like, just like my mom did with my dad, man. She would push me and be like, you basically have everything down. What your dad knows, you know how to make cakes. Why don't you just try something yourself? And I was like, man, you know what? Okay. So we started little by little, man. We started going to buy the smallest things, like the trays, the dough cutters, the molds and stuff like that. And then after my dad saw that, you know, I was doing all of that because I didn't tell him anything.
Yeah.
But we lived in that apartment, so I would kind of hide the things in his garage.
Yeah.
And one day he saw me putting in some carts in there, some rag bonds, and he told me, he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I want to open." I spoke to him that day, and then he was like, "Well, man, I see that I've been looking at you, and maybe I can help you out." So he helped me some, man. He
Gotcha.
he lent me an oven, a stove.
There you go.
And after we talked, it wasn't like 2 months later, the bakery was up and running, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I wish y'all the best at the Hillsborough
Thank you
location
so much, man.
and the OG one as well.
Yeah.
I know there's plenty of towns in Texas that could use a Jimenez Bakery.
Yeah.
Man. Well, what would you say is one thing that you'd like the community of Waco to know about Jimenez Bakery?
Man, well, we would just want them to know that we're here for the community, man, and we're here to support all of our Hispanics. Not only our Hispanics, but everyone else, man. And we just invite everyone to come out, and they're always going to be received with that respect that they deserve. And yeah, man.
Cool. Yeah, that's perfect, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you coming on today, bro, and just telling your story.
Yeah,
I know for sure we'll have to do a part 2, man.
Okay,
man.
I
would love to dive into fatherhood and more mental health stuff for our people, bro.
Okay.
And then, just other stuff beside that. So I look forward to bringing you back on. I appreciate you coming on today, bro, and I look forward to putting the story out for the world. Remember, if you're on social media, go follow Jimenez Bakery on all socials. Where can they find you at, bro?
You can find us at Jimenez Bakery on Facebook or _ Jimenez Bakery in Hillsborough, Texas, and that's where we upload our things.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you have a website or anything, or just mostly just social?
It's just mostly social media, man.
Gotcha.
We haven't gotten to that point.
Yeah. Soon,
man. Soon,
Yeah,
God willing, man. Soon we'll do that.
I just want to ask you this real quick. How would somebody go about, like, let's say they want to reach out to you for a catering job, or like reach out for you to
you can reach I personally run the Jimenez Bakery and the Instagram account, the Facebook and the Instagram, so you could just message us there, and I'll be the one responding. If you have any questions about cakes, about different sizes on our pastries, if we can deliver, man, feel free to message us.
Yeah, best spawn, best baked goods in Central Texas, man. You can't find anywhere better than Jimenez Bakery, man. So
thank you, Dominic.
If you need anything, hit them up ASAP. They handle everything from supplying businesses to supplying parties to supplying your bond for your coffee.
Yeah, so, weddings, we do it all, man.
Yeah, perfect, man. So great having you on, bro.
I appreciate the
I can't
opportunity.
Wait to put this out to the world, man. Thank you for exploring the unknown with your boy on the Man with No Plan podcast.
Thank you for the opportunity, Dominic.
Yeah. Peace. Hey, y'all. I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate y'all checking out the episode. I look forward to bringing them out every week. Stay tuned to the Instagram for more updates on who else I bring on. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Man with No Plan podcast. Peace.